Red murder. That's Ariel Pink lipstick. I thought Ariel Pink was like a. I thought it was like a pop star, like Ariana Grande or something, for a while. Boy, was I wrong. Anyway, welcome back to the stream. Do you mean Andre Grande? Yeah, our Andre Grande is an amazing wrestler pop star. Massive, absolutely massive lad. Good singer, too. Be with you in just a second. Someone wanted to know if I was ever going to return to Kirby. Was it Kirby Clash? Probably not. Someone else said, Vinny, how do you even make money off of points anyway? You don't. This is for fun, apparently. Okay, here we go. More Super Nintendo games. So I did the first stream solo. I had a special guest for the second stream. That was She Says. And now I'm going to do a couple more games that I haven't checked out. Nothing too crazy. And then the rest of the night will be Demon's Crest. So just to see some games, if you haven't seen them. And I'm sure many of you have seen these games before. But it is still kind of wild to me that Super Nintendo is now on Switch in this form. Yeah, I've seen a version of this that looks pretty good. Like I said, there's some people have made a thing that plays video games on the computer. Weird, right? Brand new concept. I've never used anything like that. But this device smooths out the Mode 7 so that it looks really, really crisp. Yeah, F-Zero is a very simple racing game. In fact, I didn't have F-Zero in the SNES, and I didn't play a lot of it until much later on in life. But the interesting thing for me about F-Zero is how it feels kind of like this was a launch game for the Super Nintendo, right? This was like a day one. It feels like a tech demo for Mode 7, but it really is also a fantastic game. The first one, again, not my favorite. Same for Mario Kart. I like Mario Kart a lot, the Super Nintendo one, just because of the nostalgia factor of it. But it's not one that I like to revisit. I can revisit 64. I can revisit Double Dash, no problem. But it's weird because, yeah, that and this, like the early attempts at like 3D racing, they didn't age as well. Meanwhile, I still think Super Metroid and Link to the Past are probably the best in their respective series. I mean, that's just me. That's also nostalgia speaking, but the games do genuinely hold up. Asshole! Yeah, it's a very limited amount of things. There's even, like, it's just four vehicles. You know. And like you're going through the game and, you know, a lot of the levels look the same. The music is great though. I mean, this is the beginning of a really cool series that Nintendo just doesn't really do anything with or care about anymore, unfortunately. But F-Zero. One day we can dream. One day we can get some F-Zero. Or, I'll tell you what. Give me F-Zero GX with the AX courses. Put them on the Switch, upscale them. Even then, I'll be happy. That would be fine. Alright. Anyway, you get the idea. That's F-Zero. I'm not here to play that one tonight, necessarily. No, I haven't played Pilot Wings in a while. Pilot Wings 64 is a game I've spent much of my life in, because it was just so fucking cool. I remember borrowing Pilot Wings from a friend probably like around 1997 or 8. So after I had played 64, I went back and played this one. And I beat it. I liked it. I thought it was actually surprisingly good for, you know, Mode 7 and, you know, Super Nintendo Pilot Wings. It's a surprisingly decent game. Get ready for some dot-dot-dot-dita. Also, speaking of upscaling, this stage is in Smash. Yeah, the rings in the N64 version were a little easier. Having some issues here. Having a little bit of problem. Uh-oh. Vinny, it's actually the planes flying around Woohoo Island. It is, but there's also, they have a little homage to the SNES map as well in there. Skydiving. 3 of the rings land inside the yellow target area. I actually think Pilot Wings 3DS was pretty great. That was a bit of a trip, too, playing that game in 3D. Like, that being the first 3D game I played. So, yeah, I think this series would be great to have back, too. I would probably take a Pilot Wings game. I would take a Pilot Wings game over a new F-Zero at the moment. Just because I feel like that's the series I've got more time in. I would, yeah, no, I know that's gonna get a lot of shit because F-Zero is more beloved. But I don't know, I just really love Pilot Wings, what can I say? I think there's more they can do. I just want to see more like the gyrocopter I want to see back from Pilot Wings 64. I fucking love that gyrocopter with its missiles. And I love the wackiness of Pilot Wings 64 where you have to like fight a mech. Like fly through weird caverns and shit. It's a really, really fucking cool game. That was awful. Of course, if I had my choice of any one franchise from Nintendo to come back in full form, just totally balls to the wall, high quality, it would be Kid Icarus. Because we got one on the 3DS, and it was great. and I'd be down for another run of that kind of thing on the Switch. Metroid, we're getting Metroid, so that's good. Star Fox, that is a franchise I'm having a hard time with right now. I've given my ideas about like a good Star Fox sequel. Oh no! Classic Paper Mario would be nice, yeah. Alright, obviously I'm not passing my fucking... This game takes a little bit of adjustment. I can do 64, no problem. I fucking eat shit when I play Pilot Wings Super Nintendo. So here's a cool game that I actually really like, and I remember watching it on Nick Arcade, and I thought to myself, man, that game looks so cool. Never owned it, and when I finally did play it on one of them fancy computers, I mean later on in life on a Super Nintendo, I couldn't get past the first level. And when I watch people on Nick Arcade fail over and over and over again at this thing, I understood. Finally, I understood. Love the music, though. This is as far as I've ever gone. No, I'm kidding. It's weird how Simon Belmont is wearing like a fucking sex thong with his like pectorals exposed, and he can take, 8 hits of damage, no problem. But this dude in a full set of armor can only take 2 hits. Vinny, you have rewind. I know. No. The beauty of having rewind for a game like this is it's absolutely needed. If any game that I would play, like, with rewind where I wouldn't feel bad about using it, it would be this one. Oh yeah, this is them early. How do you rewind again? What's the rewind button? It's, fuck. What is it? Hold? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, well that was that game. Accidentally pressed the wrong button there. Oh well. I have to check out Super Tennis for a second. Because I haven't already. But yeah, Castlevania 4 is not in this collection. So, it's on the Super Nintendo Classic. The SNES Classic, as many call it. I never called it a SNES. That was more of an English thing, or a European thing, apparently. Yeah, so I mean, it's a good selection, but you're not getting Castlevania 4. Ha. Now, Meyer, I don't like Meyer. Or whatever, I'm committed to Meyer now.
Play. Ball.
So, never played this game. And, you know, the only time I actually ended up really enjoying tennis was Mario Tennis or Wii Sports. But yeah, this is tennis.
Fault.
Uh-oh.
Fault.
Double fault. Cool. See, now I'm getting flashbacks of Mario Tennis on the Switch. That fucking blooper. I'm really fucking good at this game, huh?
Play.
Ow, ow, dude. Wow.
Fault.
Yeah, who's the big meat now? No music, huh?
Fault.
Just feels very barren. But that's tennis. I mean, the gameplay is here. And this is, again, an early SNES game, so it's coming hot off the heels of the SNES, where, you know, or rather the NES. What did I just say? It doesn't matter. You get what I'm trying to say. So for me, it's like, oh, don't expect too much early on. Unless you're Nintendo making the games yourself. Because they, you know, with Mario World right out the gate, did a pretty good job with the hardware. Also, the Super Nintendo had, what, like 20 launch games? It's a lot of fucking launch titles.
Play.
SNES launch games. So the launch was... Hang on a minute. I thought there were like 20 launch titles. I appear to be mistaken. The NES had like 20. The GameCube had like 10. The Wii had a fuckload. It looks like Super Nintendo had F-Zero, Mario World, SimCity, Pilot Wings, and Gradius 3. Just 5. I wonder if the Super Famicom had more. Am I really gonna do the... Do I have to? I mean, me and Hootie are gonna be doing a race of this game soon, and you know this is my favorite Zelda game still. You know, I've said my favorite Zelda game has varied over the years, and it does. I have weird nostalgia for Zelda 2, but I think it's just gotta be this one. Liam Triforce, who made that great Half-Life video, also released like a 40-minute video about this game, and I watched some of it, and it was good. So if you want to watch some stuff about this game... Yeah. Vinny, I don't think I've seen you stream Vanilla Link to the Past in the 7 years I've been here. I think I have. You see me stream Chocolate Link to the Past? Oh. I recall Strawberry. We have an explanation now, Vinesauce. So, for Europe, the Super Nintendo launched with F-Zero, Mario World, and Super Tennis. That's why it's in there. Okay, thank you, Des. Yeah, it's just a great game. I love this intro. I love how foreboding it is. Love the rain sound effects. And, again, you don't need me to gush over Link to the Past any more than I usually do. But I just remember playing this. I was 7 years old, and it fucking blew me away. And this was the game that inspired me to want to read more. So I paid more attention in school so I could learn how to read all the stuff that was in this game that I didn't understand. And then I remember reading the comic that was made for this game. And I was wondering why that, like, bird dude was not in the game. There's a bird dude. He had wings and, like, a bow. Yeah, no, in the Link to the Past comic, it followed the story of this game pretty accurately, and then it diverged into some weird stuff. Not Rivali, I forget his name. We've done this previously. I've told the story on stream. This has been done already, so you don't need too much more from me, but I do want to find this dude. It was, LTTP comic bird guy. I can't believe this worked. His name was Rome. If you ever get a chance to find this comic, or I think it's online, you can just get it online. I would recommend it. It's pretty cool. Like, for example, this is the beginning of the game in the comic. Am I under a spell? Am I going crazy? No, I am the king's daughter, Zelda. I am communicating through telepathy. Uncle, where are you? Where did he go? Yes, Link speaks in this. So Link, you know, runs out in the night, gets to the castle. Be wary of the castle soldiers. Aghanim controls them with his magic. So yeah. Just a cool little companion piece to this. Why is his hair pink? I cannot answer that question to this day. Vinny, pretty sure they sell the official book on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I've seen it at Nintendo World in New York. But anyway, like I said, me and Hootie are going to be doing another race of this game, and I mean, I'll forever be streaming this game in some form or another, whether it be a randomizer or a full stream in some way. So, or corruptions. This game is a staple, and is probably my number 2 or 3 favorite game. It usually rotates between Super Metroid and this. So, speaking of, very quickly, gotta do it. How do the controls feel? Honestly, the emulation's been perfect. Even playing all this online has been great. I've had no issues with the Super Nintendo stuff. I've seen a lot of people recently saying that they played this game for the first time because of this, and they understand now why people like Metroid so much.
Is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Did I ever read the Nintendo Power Super Metroid comic? No, I didn't. Vinny, I know you've probably been asked before, but have you ever considered playing the Link to the Past Super Metroid randomizer? You know, yeah, that's been... People have requested that I stream that, and as much as I love the two games separately, together, feels weird. Like, apparently it takes a very long time to complete a run of that. And I just don't think I'm all that interested. I can't say never. Maybe one day I'll check it out in some form or another. Maybe if it gets updated to a level where I can actually, like, you know, play it and customize it so that there's a shorter run, I would do it. But I'm gonna just stick to one game or the other for now. Vinny, the shortest Link to the Past Super Metroid rando I've seen was 3 hours with intense speedrun tactics. Oh, shit. A friend of mine who's played a ton of both games said it takes about 8 to 12 hours depending on how BS of a seed you get. Yeah, Link to the Past rando I could do in 4 hours. Depending on what I'm, you know, customizing. Super Metroid I can complete in 6 hours, just on its own. And Zelda 2, when I do the randomized version of Zelda 2, it's usually bullshit, and I usually get a really awful seed. And that, let's just say, takes about 2 big streams, like, so good 5-6 hours. Have you considered doing Majora's Mask randomizer? I've considered revisiting Ocarina. I've considered Wind Waker. I've considered Majora. But alas, there's too many good games coming out. And I've not had the opportunity to do that stuff. But, you know, if I draw breath on this planet and I'm still allowed to stream by the Twitch gods or whoever, then I would very much like to do those at some point in my life. See, now I'm just giving you my whole lifespan. Yeah, sometime between now and when I die, sure. Open door. Ooh. But yeah, this feels pretty responsive. It looks good. I would try to get the 100 hits on Ridley, so we can activate the cutscene without having to have Ridley win, but that shit's hard. Ridley's kinda fucking cheap. Yeah, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. How many hits do you think I got in there? Just the tail in the fire does a lot of damage. I don't think I've ever done this before, so I'm gonna try to do this even with rewind, I don't care. So, like, what do you do when you get cornered by Ridley? That sucks. Guess you just jump over him. Ah, you bastard. Oh my god. Fuck you, Ridley! I'm having, like, difficulties and I'm pressing the wrong buttons. And for a game I've played 1,000 times, I should not be pressing the wrong buttons, but yeah. Oh my god, that fucking tail. Dude. Dude, how are you doing this? What a persistent bastard. I cannot avoid. I cannot avoid. You know, I've taken too much damage. I am now dead. There's like no... Do I have any? What are my options here, chat? Die. Go further back. Yeah. Just play Smash. Just defeat Ridley and Smash. Okay, jump. See, it's easier to jump over. Ridley! I can't do it now. Don't yowl that fucking tail at me like a meat. See if I could get underneath. Vinny, why not jump to fake him out and then go under? I know how annoying this is, but humor me. I've never done this before, and I clearly... Now I know why I've never done it before. No, Ridley's a little smarter than that. Ridley is a little bit smarter than that, and is a real jerk. Ooh, almost. Hang on a minute. Almost. In the air, I can... Get that tail out of here! What is that tail bullshit? Yes! There it is! Wait, I want a perfect one. 100! 100! Wow, that took fucking forever. Vin, I don't understand what you were trying to do. Okay, if you shoot... Okay, this is a scripted loss. And the output... The result that usually happens every time is Ridley damages you enough to the point where then he flies away. And Ridley leaves and you live. But just barely. But if you shoot Ridley 100 times, even if you have 99 health, Ridley will drop the Metroid, pick it back up, and fly away, just like you saw. I've only heard about that. I've never actually seen it. Are you going to award everyone 10,000 Vine bucks in celebration? Wow, you're so skillful, Vinny. I know, you like the way I did that, right? Like the skills. I've done it before, it's not really worth the trouble. Obviously not worth the trouble, that was totally pointless. Anyway, this is Super Metroid. This game is very good. Is it just me, or do the bullets, let's call them, Samus's beam, do they look a little less shiny than usual in this version, in this emulation? Usually they look a little bit more, like, glowy. I'm trying to see if there's any input lag, because I've noticed there's a couple moments where I was like, is that... No, it seems alright. Anyway, yeah, I could really get lost in Super Metroid very easily. I don't have to play very much of it before I want to play all of it, but you know, eventually there will be another Super Metroid stream of some kind. There always will be a Super Metroid stream of some kind. Vinny, one of my favorite things that you did was the fake out with the ROM hack that rotated the world 90 degrees and you played it straight. I do remember that. I do remember that vaguely. That was like, what, 4 years ago? Is that on Full Sauce? Okay. That was way less than 4 years, maybe 1.5. No, that was like 4 years ago. Vinesauce Super Metroid. Yeah. Yeah. It's January 30th, 2016. So here's what I did. The Wii U was still the newest Nintendo system. So here's what I did. I started like this. In the little plaza area. I loaded the game, and then I did... And then I did this. By the way, this hack fucking sucked. There were so many precise jumps that you had to make with wall jumping. It was just a goddamn nightmare. But wait, did I actually end up playing it? I think I rotated it back and then played it as is. I gave up. Yeah. I got stuck in a corridor, I think.